Hey nerds. So, word came through today that because of underwhelming attendance at this year's Nerdapalooza 2013, my fourth consecutive year going, that Nerdapalooza LLC, the company that was created to, be the corporate entity that is Nerdapalooza, will be filing for bankruptcy. And they are they're on their Bandcamp, they're having like a fire sale. Big ass fucking fire sale to try to raise money. Hex is even selling off his like iconic nerdcore hat. Last I checked, this was a couple hours ago, that was at like $110 or something like that. I don't know how much they have to raise. I don't know how in debt they are. But apparently it's bad enough where they have to do this, which really, really sucks. Let me, for anyone that didn't know, I will read off what this note says. It's titled "See You Space Cowboy," and it is available for your viewing pleasure at nerdapalooza.org. So this is a post that was done by Hex. It states, "I write this with a heavy heart. This year's event did quite well in a lot of ways, except in attendance. It had our greatest attendance yet, of 1,234. However, in order to fully cover our costs, we were banking on 3 times that amount. We'll get to that. Our headliners didn't bring in the attendance we were betting on, and because of that, Nerdapalooza, as a company, is left with a sizable debt to the point where we will have to file for bankruptcy. Headliners, get to that in a minute. Because of this and a few other issues, the group has decided to dissolve Nerdapalooza LLC and end the Nerdapalooza concert series. Though I do want to say that they were smart in making it an LLC so that their personal assets can't be gone after. It's been 6 amazing years, and we're so glad that you have been supportive through all of it. It's hard to see it go after everything we've been through, but all good things do have to come to an end. We truly do appreciate everyone who has contributed and attended Nerdapalooza over the years. If you've been coming since Tim and Terry's in Gainesville, or if 2003 was your first year, or your first festival, we love you all the same. As we owe a sizable debt, we would prefer to pay any and all final expenditures. We're commencing a fire sale. We'll have the merchandise up available through the Bandcamp. I'll put a link to that at incredibly low prices, mainly just to get rid of it. We've also put out all the digital albums available for pay what you want. So if you haven't grabbed any of the albums, now's your chance. Once the company is dissolved, we'll be removing the albums out of respect of the performers. Those need to be archived. We also have 3 items up on eBay to hopefully alleviate some of the financial pressure and get money to those that need to get it paid. The 2011 main stage banner, currently sitting at $41. The promotional banner, which is at $61. And Hex's Nerdcore hat, which is at $102 with 5 days and 18 hours remaining. We may add more items for sale at some point as we attempt to liquidate everything pertaining to Nerdapalooza. If for one reason or another you are interested in something not listed, please reach out to me at his email address, and I'll see what we can do. As you can guess, no Nerdapalooza makes Nerdapalooza NYC difficult. There may be some other events in the future, but they'll be separate things altogether from Nerdapalooza itself. I'm sorry to have to give you this news, but I hope the last few years have been very enjoyable for you, and that you walk away from the overall Nerdapalooza experience with a positive feeling. Please let me know if you have any questions I can help with. Much nerdy love, Hex." For those of you that don't know, Hex, this was his brainchild. Hex is a die-hard nerdcore fan. I mean, you're not going to find someone that loves nerdcore more than John Hex Carter. So, why am I making this video? I'm making this video because I really, really fucking love Nerdapalooza. I've been going since 2009. I went by myself, just on a fucking whim. I had got into nerdcore. Unfortunately, like a lot of people, through MC Chris. I mean, MC Chris, he's had his problems, whatever. Don't really give a shit. So I saw MC Chris, and I like checked out some of his tracks, and he had done some work with MC Lars on Roommate from Hell. So I checked out MC Lars, found out MC Lars was going on tour with MC Frontalot and YT Cracker during the Digital Gangster tour. And speaking of, one second. So I checked out that show back in 2008, Jackrabbits in Jacksonville. Where did I put them? Where did I put them? Anyway, I'm going to look for these and keep talking. So, while there, I was like, hey, MC Frontalot, it's so great to see you. I was like kind of geeking out because it was the first time I'd ever met any nerdcore acts, and I was stoked. It was music that fucking spoke to me. And I was ecstatic. I was like, holy shit, this is hip-hop that I can relate to. And no, I'm not going to be one of these guys like, I like nerdcore, but I don't like hip-hop. I like hip-hop. I just prefer hip-hop that, you know, is somewhat relatable to my experiences. Oh, they're up here. Grab the box for nothing. Let's see these lovely things. Terramorphic Expanses. Let's see, that's, wait. Crap, what am I doing here? Okay, that one is signed by MC Lars. That one is signed by MC Frontalot. And that one is signed by YT Cracker. It was so cool. I loved it. So then I was like, hey, Front, you guys played in Florida before? He's like, yeah, we played at Nerdapalooza this last year. I'm like, Nerdapalooza? What's that? So I did some internet searching. Because I had heard, let me shut my door. I had heard of Nerdapalooza, but like when I checked online, the only one was in like California. All right. So, but then in 2008, it was at I think Tim and Terry's. I think I just said in Gainesville, which was fucking 45 minutes away from me. So then I see 2009, it's going to be at the Holiday Inn on International Drive in Orlando. I'm like, holy shit, I have to fucking go. I lucked out, didn't have to pay for my ticket. Hex needed a projector screen, and I had a projector screen, so I took it down there, got into the show for free, rocked out, fucking great experience, and I'm like, I'm doing this every year. This is now my mission in life, to be at Nerdapalooza, which I know sounds kind of pathetic, but damn it, I don't have much to do around here in fucking Pulaski, Florida. So I went in 2010, and that was great. And I want to say, no, yeah, that one was fucking fantastic. Then I hooked up with my now best hetero life mate, DJ RoboRob, and we went in 2011, and he played the opening night rave, rocked it the fuck out. And I went in 2012, and he had his DJ RoboRob and friends set and rocked the fuck out. That year wasn't as great for me for other reasons later. And then this year, got everything set, had my hotel room, had my ticket, and it was great, and I was so fucking stoked to be there, except I didn't really give a shit about the headliners. I like Power Glove, I like Nerf Herder. My main issue here is, and I think this is what Hex was alluding to, is They Might Be Giants. Now, They Might Be Giants has had a very long career. A very, very long career. According to their Wikipedia article, they've been going on since 1982. All right. 1982. That is impressive. That is amazing. But here's the problem. As it was mentioned in the note that Hex posted, they needed 3 times the attendance in order to, I don't know if that was break even or, you know, try to get a little bit of profit. I don't know. I have no idea. But here's the thing for me. They Might Be Giants has not been relevant to me since the 1990s maybe the early 2000s when they did the theme song for Malcolm in the Middle. But they haven't been fucking relevant to me since the 1990s with Particle Man and Istanbul, not Constantinople, when it was on fucking Tiny Toon Adventures. Now, I don't know if the information that I received was accurate. I don't know if it is the actual number of what they were requesting to get paid. And so I don't know, so I'm not going to share that information. But if it's what I heard, it was a fuckload. An absolute monumental fuckload. Way, way more than I honestly think that they would deserve. Now, look, I'm not a performer. I'm not an event coordinator. I am just a very, very, very active fan. I say that I'm not an event promoter, but, you know, I have done promotional work for various acts. One of my favorite acts, and a lot of people's favorite act that was there in 2011 and now 2013 was Shinobi Ninja. Those guys were playing at my family's bar. Their two of their opening acts canceled, so I fucking booked HG Ninja and Krondor Crew. And with Krondor Crew, of course, you have Aaron, Masaral, who, love you, buddy. You and Nina, beautiful couple, so adorable. But, you know, and Aaron's like, oh man, I gotta fucking get these guys. That's great. That was back March of 2011 or some shit like that. And then they were fucking booked for Nerdapalooza that year and rocked the house. So, you know, I'm a fan, but if I can make something happen, I would like to make something happen. That's why with Nerdapalooza being over, I am looking forward to whatever rises up. So here's the thing. Nerdapalooza didn't have to fail. Nerdapalooza did not have to fail at all. Nerdapalooza, honestly, and look, everyone that fucking works with Nerdapalooza, Josh, Hex, Nina, Aaron, I don't really know who else is involved. That's just people I know. All the volunteers, everyone that does so much work to make this happen, that has made this happen every year. I love you guys, but They Might Be Giants was a fucking horrible mistake. I will just flat out throw that out. That was a horrible fucking mistake. Who else would you gotten? I don't know. I Fight Dragons. They're more like core nerdcore. They probably wouldn't have cost nearly as much, and I would have preferred them much better because they've done stuff that I've listened to in the last 10 years. What else? There's a lot of people are going to be like throwing a lot of stones. There's going to be a lot of fucking mudslinging that's going to be going on because, and this is another problem with Nerdapalooza and the nerdcore scene in general, there are fucking egos amongst people rapping about nerd shit. You have people with fucking egos that are rapping about SAT scores, chemical reactions, Final Fantasy, Mega Man, grammar issues, just all this fucking shit, and you have people with egos. The scene is too fucking small to have egos. Yes, there are people that have made a lot of money, and kudos to those people. You know, that's their success. Fantastic for them. But if, you know, you're not on like a national tour, or if you're not, you know, just I don't really know how to describe it. There's no place for fucking egos, and that's something that I have discussed with many people in the past. Is that for nerdcore, not just to survive, but to expand, to thrive, to bring in new people. To bring in new listeners, new talent, whatever. You can't have a fucking ego. Now, look, I know there might be some people that I hang out with that'll call me out on this shit because, you know, I was like making fun of some people this year at Nerdapalooza. It's jokes. That's jokes. Like, I have my core group of people that I hang out with. Anyone outside of that, I don't really give a shit about. And I know sometimes with artists that's the same way, but everyone's in this to do, like, all the artists, I think, are in it for the same reason, because they like nerdy shit, they think they're nerds, they make music, they want to share it with people, and that's great. That is great. I love listening to collabs. I just fucking thrive on it. But there's no place for exclusivity, condescension, and just general egotistical behavior. You just can't do it. Those three things, just drop them. Fuck it. I don't know. I think that's been the main problem. Is there you have like this exclusive clique that tries to run everything, that has like the most decision making power, not just with Nerdapalooza, but with, you know, like whether you're talking about Nerdapalooza staff or you're talking about performers, whatever. We were all going to Orlando for the same reason, and that was to hang out, see some acts that we know, hang out with people that we've met years prior or that we've only known on the internet. I fucking knew Robo Rob for like a year and a half before we actually met in person, and which was hilarious because it was July in Florida and he came in from Utah wearing a sweater, a hoodie in Florida in July. Go Rob. I don't know. I fear that I'm going to start rambling here, and if I do, it's just because I really, really care and I hate that this happened. But at the same time, it's not a complete surprise. There's already people, like Facebook is blowing up right now, of people that, are ready to get something new going. You know, it might not be Nerdapalooza. Maybe it's going to be, I don't know, the Nerdcore Music Festival, the NMF. Or, Shushapalooza. Shh. Rachel, shh. Only 3 people can go outside. Only 3 people can smoke cigarettes right now. Shh. We already got 2 warnings for anyone that was at the Avanti this year. That's all right. It sucks. It fucking sucks. It sucks so bad that this happened. But I'm not surprised that it happened. There were some bad decisions made. There were some big gambles that were made that did not pay off. Whenever you're talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, you can't make dangerous bets. Not in a non-profit organization where, every year you're already on like the shoestrings of your budget from the start. You can't make those kind of gambles, and hopefully I don't see that happen again for whatever starts up. I don't know. I'm hopeful. It's already October. A lot of people were talking about how they kind of wish it had been in July, so if there's going to be an event in July, shit's got to get started right now. If anyone has any suggestions, message me, leave a comment here, hit me up on Facebook. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I love you guys. Stay nerdy. Peace.